Hey everybody! Have I got a story for you? So, it's been one of them kind of weekends. I was in the hospital, thought I was going to bleed to death. I've got to get my Zen on. I tell you, we'll wait for some more people to get on. Hillary will be on any minute. I know. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm sort of like, a little bit froggy. I'm a little froggy. I'm a little froggy. I need my Zen on. I got to get my sage out. I tell you, it's been crazy. And I want to tell you the story. And it doesn't end. It didn't end yesterday. It started all freaking over this morning. That's what we needed. I needed some sage. Did you know that sage changes the air around us? It changes the ions from positive to negative. And you'd think, well, negative? I don't want no negative. But we actually do. It's better. And when we breathe negative ions instead of positive ions, we actually feel happier and we feel less stressed out. And besides that, it smells good. I don't know what happened just now, but all of a sudden, a message come flying down across the screen that said Emerson wants to buy sage. Oh, sweet Jesus, help me, God. That's what I always say. It's a little thing I've always said in there. Like, and my mom and my mama, sweet Jesus, help me, Jesus, help. Or sweet Jesus, Mother of God. I needed that giggle. I understand. I'm fixing to put it on my website. I'm fixing to start selling it. I sell it here in the store, and I'm fixing to start selling it, but I'm out. This is my last stick. I'm down to the last stick. And I got sick and didn't get my order in. I'm going to tell you all about it. But I thought I'd wait for a few people to get online. I've had people messaging me, "Are you okay? I haven't seen a Go Live video in days." But I wasn't okay. I was not okay. I had to go to the hospital and everything. And just as always, I was a marvel. People would come in just to look at me, like, "Look at this woman. What is it? What was what was her test results?" And they're all over there looking at the little piece of paper to see what it was. And I'm just sitting there like, "It has to be me. It always has to be me." Anyway, so I got me some Zen going here, and now we got to have. I need patchouli. I need patchouli. I've got to have some patchouli to calm down because it's just been crazy, and you'll never believe what happened this morning. My feet are wet. If that's a hint. And but I've got to get some. I got to get some patchouli lit up, and then we're going to sit and talk about this day. And we're going to talk about these soap making classes I'm doing. The series 2, the class starts this evening. I tell you, it was a close shave where I was going to be able to meet my responsibilities to what I had contractually committed to with fellow Emerson, which needs sage. And so I had to get well quick. I tell you, I had to get well quick because I had people waiting on me for soap making classes and all that good stuff, and so I had to get myself situated. I was not allowed to be sick. Now, as usual, I'm at work. My employee is happily over there doing what I asked her to, but she has not worked the front before. And so I tried to get her not to go out there because she asked questions. People asked her questions, and then she don't know the answer, and so then they think my employees are inadequately trained, and that the store is all going to hell in a handbasket, and that gives us a bad look. and whatnot. Hey, would you roll that little rolly chair over here? All right, y'all are gonna get shaked up just a little bit, so just hang tight. We're gonna give you some updates on a few things. Some of it's my health. I'm down here playing with the feet on this tripod. I had it up on the upper table, and so I had to get it going. All right, so just go ahead and give you a little spin. There she is. What you doing?
Separating out boxes.
Yeah, guess what Kimberly did? Before she nearly died and got sick and made everybody marvel at her crazy test results, which we can talk about. She went to Chattanooga with her husband, and she found a cigar shop that only wanted $1 a box. So we still had some, but at $1 a box, I just got all of them that I thought was pretty enough to buy, you know, $1 a box, right? And we kept one of them at home. And I tell you, this little box here, this is just adorable. I just love that one. Aren't they some adorable boxes? Yeah. So anyway, let me see one of those white New World ones. So if you missed the video earlier last week or the week before, I told people that this would be a wonderful way to do like, what is it, shaving kits for men when you're selling them at Christmas for people to buy. You could get, look at this, it says the New World on it. That's very something a man would like. I take the heat gun and I take this off and everything. So that right there is a wonderful little way that you could, and then for your, look at this, a country western, 4 kicks, and it's got little guns on it. I got that for $1. That'll be perfect for putting man products in. But you know, there's some that women would like this one right here. See? And you could make a little shampoo kit or whatnot with that. You could put a few bars of soap in it for Christmas and sell it. You could sell these just on your soap table alone, or you could make a Zen kit. Oh, a Zen kit would be fun. Put you a stick of sage, a couple of incense, a little bitty incense stick holder. Put you a couple of bars of patchouli soap in there. That's very Zen. And there you go. You've got a cigar box that you could make a Zen kit out of for selling at Christmas. And they come in different sizes, different depths, you know. So like here's one that's much bigger, so you could put full, stuff in there that's long and skinny. But then they have them that's fat, so you know you could put a different amount of stuff in there. See, and we just take they have some of them have these things attached on the inside, and we take those out, and some of them have this little thing of cedar in here, and I use that for other purposes. I don't leave it in there, but you could put it on the bottom and leave it as a cedar bottom and sell a dog kit out of it in one of these other ones, you know, that maybe looked roughish, you know, and you could put like a little chew bone, put some dog flea and tick soap in there, and maybe put some of my cedarwood sprinkles in there, and have it like for dog care. Make a little balm or something, the foot pad balm for the winter that they put on their feet, you know, that's waxy to help with them getting problems with their feet. This one here, I couldn't completely understand this one. You can tell it says Flathead 770, and of course we'll take the big black. I use a heat gun to take these stickers off, and then here's the box, and that looks like a man that loves antique cars would love this, but it sits odd. It just sits on top. It doesn't really have an attachment point. If you put it like this, it falls down like this, so you could lay your cigars up and down like this, I guess. And then if you turn it, I think it's this way. Okay, it sits up like this. So this would also be a wonderful display box to sell something out of if you had it on your tables. But it's weird the way this one's made. I've never seen one before. And see, this one here is very deep and has a box like that and has a real pretty design in there. So, you know, they're just all different. And some of them are high class, you know, and whatnot. And you could put your own sticker on top of this. You know, you could put a sticker on it that you had made for your company and cover that up. So that's just a thought. So you got those all sorted. All right. Have you folded towels? All right. Jump on the towels over there. And then you may have seen, you may not have, but we were having problems with the cops harassing us. We get off work. Hey, what did they pulled you over as soon as you left here, and what did they ask you?
Did I know my car smelled like incense?
Yeah. You know, they asked me did I know that my car smelled like marijuana, and they did a search. And
Hopefully they didn't search me, but
Yeah.
they would have found nothing.
but whenever you told him where you'd just come from and what you'd been making, and he knew me by name. He knew me by name. And he let you go.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on with them peoples. Anyway, but we're under scrutiny. So anyway, so Steve, he sits outside sometimes in his car and he waits for me to get finished. Well, they started coming up and harassing him at the car, so I had to buy a couch so that I could keep Mr. Steve happy here at the store. And so now we have a couch for Steve. If you haven't taken any of my soap making classes, then you didn't see this. But on last year's soap making class, Steve didn't know I'd gotten the couch, but I was like, I'm not having my husband out there being harassed. And so I said, I'm bringing him inside and keeping him in here and making him happy. And in the old store, we had a back room where we had a couch, and that's what he'd do. He'd go pile up on the couch, take him a nap, and be comfortable while he waited on me. So when you ought to seen him, and for that, like Emerson, they were with us, he was happy. He was so happy. He was just like, oh, you got me a couch. Oh, you got me a couch. He just had a big old glow all over him because Mama got him a couch. And so I was just like so happy. Today, hopefully, oh, let me show you what else we did. You know, I bought those pallets, and this thing come in the pallets. And so I kept it for here, and I'm gonna put all of my like arts and crafts supplies, my labeling, all that kind of stuff is going to go in here. So everything we use for labeling and for packaging soap and like markers and tape and all that kind of stuff, we're going to put in here. I'm real excited about it, having that. And then I've got to get this space cleaned out underneath my fan for our new lye mixing station. So Michael is going to come today and help us with that. Oh, let's see if the refrigerator died again. It's still cold. The refrigerator man fixed it, and it died again and went hot. And then come back, but it won't turn off again. We've got refrigerators without our own, I think. And it looks like the cat enjoyed our couch, and I think our vacuum cleaner, our vacuum cleaner has a hose attachment, so we're going to need to hose that, and then we're going to have to find something to lay on the cushions that the cat don't like. Because that's Steve's couch, and he'll get upset with me if he gets coated in hairs every time he sits on it. Besides, black hair on a yellow couch stands out. So anyway, I've got my Zen on. I've laid my phone. Oh, I've laid my phone down. I'm talking to my phone. Oh my goodness. Kimberly, hang on, there's something in the way. All right, so now we'll get down to the soap making classes. All right, so if you let's see, is Hillary on with us? She was supposed to be getting ready to see. So let's see, how do I tell? Let's see, live chat, all messages. Is Hillary on there? Hillary always helps me with questions and stuff. I do not see Hillary. So let me, I don't know how to message Hillary. Or can I? Hang on, let's see. Let's see if I can figure this out. Okay, it didn't kill us. So, she's here. Okay. I saw no comment from her when I scanned down. She poked me in the eye. I was typing to Hillary. Okay. I was like, Hillary, are you on here? Hillary's me peeps. And she also works with me on the soap making classes. And I have people that come into my life from time to time and they help me with being an admin on some of my pages, or they will follow me really closely for a while. But eventually they fade off. But Hillary has stuck in through thick and thin. Oh, there she is. She's got a different picture. Hillary has no profile picture on there like she did. And so that's why I didn't recognize her. I was looking for the little image. But anyway, and so Hillary has stuck with me through thick and thin. She has been an admin on all my pages and has never stopped being an admin on the pages because her life got too busy, even though her life gets too busy. And so I felt like that Hillary and I could work well together. We seem like-minded, and she is, and so I decided that there was no way I could do online soap making classes unless I had somebody who could help me on your side and help me with the business end of it, which is doing the records and keeping up with people and making contact with people, because literally I'm just running from can to can, and I take a time out to do these videos because I love y'all guys and I want to help you, but and I enjoy it. I just freaking enjoy it. But I have been working like till like midnight. That's when the cops are harassing us when we leave after midnight, 1:30 at night. Like I did soap making classes till nearly 10 o'clock. But then I didn't get to leave here till nearly 2 o'clock in the morning because I still had work being done here at the store, and so she has stepped up to the plate. She receives a small percentage of all of your soap making class fees, and she is doing a beautiful job. Yes, let's give her clappies. Yes, yes, she is doing a beautiful job. So she receives she receives an expense stipend that allows her to purchase the things that she needs to do this, to help with this. And she keeps graphs, she keeps up with emails, she knows everybody's names, she knows your phone numbers, she knows what's going on with you, she knows when you're going to pay for the next class. She is awesome, and I could not do it without her, and I thank her so much. And so she receives an expense stipend, and so she is doing her best and everything. But it also, when you have problems with me, you can go fuss at her, and then she'll filter it out and tell me what I need to fix. Because we had a lady who got upset because there was too many interruptions in the class. And so basically we had orders come in, big orders for the CBD balm, and we had big orders for soap, and we had big orders for a lot of things come in, and I do the classes, but I only charge $30 because I know that I can't give you 100% just right here in front of you, unless I come in on one of my days off, which we will do whenever we're making the soap and there's actual live water afoot and oils being cooked, because we cannot have it that I get in a customer, which I do the classes after hours, but we cannot have it that that a product is going on and you're making soap and your soap starts failing or having a problem. But during all the discussional classes, you don't pay as much because I knew there would be interruptions. I think that if I was to give, like set aside a whole day and be 100% y'all's, it would have to cost y'all more. So I'm trying really hard to make it affordable for y'all guys, but there will be some interruptions. And so I understand that I did wrong for what she was expecting, and I apologize 100% that I wasn't able to give 100% during those classes, but I knew that I wouldn't, and that's why I charged as little as I did. And on this week, we're going to charge $40, and we're going to talk about additives, and we're going to talk about essential oils. And I think that if I was y'all and I didn't know how to use essential oils, which is always the big question everybody's got after they figure out a recipe, and that's the reason that that's the problem. How much essential oil can I put in there without harming someone's skin or harming them? And I have that information on the essential oils that I use, and there's probably some out there I don't use and I don't know, but you will be charged pennies compared to what someone else would charge you. But luckily, all my big orders went out. So, with all the chaos that I had, of course, I had an employee right before classes. I had an employee that would have been able to just do his job, and I wouldn't have had to have helped him so much because he had already been with me for weeks and weeks and weeks. So I could have just said, go prepare so and so and have it set up for me. Well, he would have been fine. He'd have just went and done it. But when he got his girlfriend pregnant, and he decided he needed a 5-day-a-week job. And so there you go. He was gone. And so we drug us in another one off the street, didn't we? Yep. But now she's training right from scratch. So she has to have a lot more of assistance. So I just have to literally stop in the middle of class and say, okay, we're at a little breaking point here. Everybody, let's just take 5 or 10 minutes, and I will walk out of screen. And I will go deal with what she needs and get her going for the next segment of what she's preparing. And because I come in and actually make the things, but they measure it, they bleach, they sanitize, they prepare, and she knows nothing. So she's having to be caught up. And there I was with all these big monster orders. And one day during classes, I had people, literally friends, coming in packaging soap because I made so much soap that it was more than my normal employees could package in the time in which it should be packaged. So I literally had people in here during class who were packaging soap that were just friends. I was paying them money. Just come package soap for me for a few hours. And so they had to be helped. That I had to stop and go say, no, and get them going. Many of them had done it for me before on a small scale, but nothing like that before. Like, maybe my employee, it's not. It's just been recently that I've been able to afford an employee every time I work. So this is awesome. Clappies for me. But before then, I wouldn't have employees, and it was too much that Bridget could do. So I would, on the day I would work or she would work, we'd ask somebody to come in and help us package. So anyway, so that's what we were doing with that, is we were having a lot of interruptions. There we go. Sorry, I might have poked your finger out. Got a store phone call. So I had to turn it off real quick. So we don't expect there to be as many interruptions this time because she's gotten settled, and we don't have all those sudden massive orders that popped in right before class, because when I scheduled class, we didn't have those. And boom, people was wanting bar 8, 35 bars on one order, 20 bars on another, 15 on another. We had to make more bar 8 than I've ever made at one time in my life. It was crazy, but that was wonderful. So I do apologize for the interruptions, even for those of you who did not say that, that it was just too much for you. I don't suppose it was a complaint. It was more like, this is not what I signed on for, and it's just not what I want. And that's comfortable, I mean, sometimes you go to Red Lobster and you buy, what you want to eat, and if they give you something else, even if it's cheaper, it's not what you wanted. And that just wasn't what she wanted. But in case she wants to try it one more time, after I thoroughly apologize, if she wants to try it, then you can give it one more whirl, because I am charging less because there is a possibility of interruptions than what normally, because I think somebody else would charge probably a couple $100 for essential oil information like what we're going to be doing. But I'm only charging you $20, but there'll be some mild interruptions. All right, let me get my Zen on again. I tell you, it's been stressful. So we're going to talk about we're going to talk about the classes now, and then I'm going to tell you about my crazy medical problems. If you want to listen, then you can hang on. I'm always telling you everything that ever goes on. All right, so this is what happens. We have done series 1, and series 1 was going over crock pots. Well, that glider don't work. Crock pots, tools needed, where to buy them, where to get soap molds, where to get your oils, what oils do you need, what recipes do we have to pick from that are ours that were standard given out. We talked about how to make a recipe. Oh, that last video, we had a couple people that had to jump off there at the end, and I so hope that you went and got back in. And we're going to leave the videos up until 4 o'clock Central Standard Time. We have to have 2 hours to clean the board off, clean the slate, and be prepared to make sure that any new people are on the page for the new classes. So at 4 o'clock Central Standard Time, USA time, the board will be wiped clean of the old videos. So if you have not seen that last video on how to make your own soap making recipe and how to tweak somebody else's recipe, please get on there, okay? And watch those old videos. Because they are going to be permanently deleted. They will not be retrievable, because this is an online class. So what you're going to do is, and there's links that's being given out, if you would like to join the next class and you didn't be with us for series 1, we also did lye safety, how to mix lye, and all that kind of stuff. So Hillary, if you would post, and it'll be a little bit of delay, but if you would post where you go to sign up for the soap making classes, it's at soapykisses.com. It's a $40 class. This pays for 2 sessions through the week. Now, I only have one requirement, because we've already went over tools, and we've already talked about lye safety, and did mixing of lyes, and we've already done measuring with a measuring of oils and how to do that. Well, I just saw where somebody would like to purchase the first session. I don't know how to do that. Let me think about this. Somebody keeps calling from that phone number. All right, so let me think. How could I fix that? The only way that I could fix that is if you have the ability to watch the, yes, Hillary says that we could open up a separate page. But this is what I'll do. It is, let me look and see what time it is Central Time. Okay, it's 11:49 my time. Factor that in with what time it is at your place right now. Okay, it's 11:49. All right, so if it's 11:49, I don't know that you'd have time to watch them all by 4 o'clock. 11, that's 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, because they're long classes because there is some interruptions. Yeah. I know what we can do. Okay, I think. Hillary, can you make a post on one of those pages? It's 9:49 California time. Oh, well, you'd have plenty of time. Okay, well then this is what we'll do. All right. If you would like to pay for the first class, then I will go in and I will put that icon back on there. And then you will have until 4 o'clock Central Standard Time to watch those videos and be prepared for the next class. And then when we do the next class, those will be on there, and we'll delete those. If by chance nobody pays for class 2 that doesn't want to pay the $30 also for class 1 and watch the videos, we've had one lady do that. She paid the $30 for the classes that was already on there, and then because it's not fair to let somebody else have those classes for free, you know. Hang on, let me get my computer. On those there, they hang up inside the closet, but I can see you're going to have to unknock them. Where is my computer? Aha! Yeah, see this problem? As soon as you get done with that, get the vacuum going, and then what we need to do is, I bet you we could put black garbage bags. And we could put black garbage. Yeah. Or we might buy some plastic sheeting to go over the seat cushions. For right now, vacuum her little fuzzy self off of them. I know I'm supposed to be doing something, but you got to see this. Look who's sleeping on Steve's couch. What are you doing? Are you sleeping on Steve's couch and making a little black fuzzy ball? Is that what you're doing? They're looking at you. I know. You told me that you didn't like anything but your chair up there. So I dedicated it just to you. And now look at you, hogging Steve's couch. Do what? I guess we're going to have to put a cushion in the chair now. That's it. We're going to have to go to the Walmart. Going to have to buy a cushion to go in her chair, or she's going to murder me for stealing putting plastic on Steve's couch when she's here, because she's going to be like, this is crinkly. I don't like it. So anyway, I know it only gives people 4 hours, but there was probably, it's just one of those things. I could reduce it because there's only 4 hours to watch. Is there anybody that wants to take series 2 but does not want to see series 1? Because if that's the case, you know, but if everybody that pays for series 1 pays for series 2, we could just leave them all up there long term, and you could go back and watch them at your leisure. I guess that's what we'll have to do. if you're going to take series 2, you're going to have to also pay for series 1. And I don't know how else to make it fair for the people who's already paid for series 2, because I respect the fact that you paid for series 1, and and so I feel bad to not respect the fact that y'all paid full price for that. And one lady paid full price for it to watch it on the second end. She couldn't be there when it happened live. And so what we'll do is we will put series 1 back up for sale. And if you purchase series 2, you have to purchase series 1, which is a hardship I fear, and I don't like it, but I don't know how else to do it without creating a whole brand new page on Facebook. And I had said that I would prefer not to have to do that we just wipe the slate clean before each class, and all that good stuff. So I'm getting the computer booted up so that I can put series 1 back up for sale. All right, so here's how it works. Okay, so the first series we discussed life safety. I taught you how to mix lye, and then and then we talked about how to tweak a recipe that somebody else gives you, how to create your own recipe and decide what oils you want to use, and I know, and everything. And so all of my class mates, all the students went through that with me, including some interruptions. I'm so sorry. It was a little bit more than I had planned, but I had planned to not charge you as much because of the fact that I do aim to please. I can't stand not making people happy. It just bothers me to no end when somebody's upset with me about something because I didn't perform well. It just, because I gave it everything I had, including times where I was not well myself and you'd never note it from looking at me because I ended up in the hospital. But anyway, so class two, we're going to pick additives. So we're going to talk about different additives, and let's say that your goal is to make a soap for acne, okay? So you'll post that. Hillary will then keep up with it, okay? I will keep up with it. Hillary will keep up with it. That's why this don't work without Hillary. Let's give her clappies again. She's so awesome. I love Hillary. Okay, so anyway, so she'll keep up with this. So then we're going to work on the additives for your particular soap. And then we're going to have people who want to, let's say, make a soap for spirit lifting. I am not. You're so good at clappies, Emerson. And there we go. There goes her clappies. All right. And so anyway, so she, oh gosh, where was I at? I got lost in clappies. Okay, so we'll then work on what additives we need or could use or you could pick from for the kind of soap that you want to make. So some of you might just be simple individuals that just want to put some honey and oats in your soap. Well, then we'll talk about how to do it and the different options, all right? And then we have people that want to make a soap with activated charcoal. Well, activated charcoal, it has some parameters that you've got to follow. So we will then be talking about each one of those things for your particular soap. So then we will then have, so today's class is additives. Actually, today's class is additives. All right, then at 6 p.m. to 6:15 p.m. on Friday will be our next class. And that one will be on essential oils. So you will be able to go back and review class 1 on additives. If something happens that we did not meet everybody's, we couldn't completely answer every question. Hello. Phone call come in. All right, I got to get a separate phone for this. I promise I'm going to do it. Anyway, and so I'm going to take and put, I'm going to take and put any additive that we didn't get sorted out, we will sort out. But I feel like we can do it. But if there's something that we don't get done for somebody, we will do it. And then on the class on Friday, we will deal with what you call it, essential oils. So we're not going to just be working with just what essential oils you want to use. We will deal with a full broad spectrum of essential oils, and then you'll have like, well, I want to do my, let's say Emerson soap is for acne. Then we'll talk about the essential oils that's good for acne and how much that they should have on hand for when we actually make the soap. All right, and then the following week, we will do something else. We will continue to work on getting you ready to make soap, but then on the actual day, if you want to be a part of the actual soap making class, this will be more expensive, okay? We're looking at what the cost will be. It will not be hundreds of dollars, but it will be more expensive because I will be coming in on my day off. And it won't be my day off. This will be a whole day of making soap because it will take probably 6 to 8 hours, I think, for us to all get our soap made. And there'll be some preparations that you have to make to get ready for that day. And I think somebody's saying that they like to watch videos that's not live better than live videos, but I'm not sure which way that went. It come across the screen so quick. Looks like I have a customer coming in. So anyway, we will do the essential oils, and everybody will get how much essential oils is going to be going in there, so blah, blah, blah. Or we'll be preparing for the amounts that might be used and whatnot, depending on what they're doing. And some just have rules, and you just can't go over certain amounts. So we will be dealing with essential oils on Friday. So it costs $40 for this session, and it was $30 for the last session. Live and recorded, that's right. You can go back and watch it later. I hope I understood that right. So anyway, I'm going to put the icon back on here on the thing. You'll be able to go into the page and watch the other videos. You'll be able to fast forward through the interruptions, which will speed up your watching process. And then when we actually do make soap together, we will make soap together one-on-one. And we're going to try to work out something maybe with Skype or Google to where I'll actually be able to see your soap, and we'll be able to take turns talking to each other in person, because the actual making of the soap, you're going to need to communicate with me in a different way, and I'm going to need to be able to see your soap cooking if there's a problem. And so that's what we're working on for the last one. So we will have this class this week. I'm going to put the icon on here. If you'd like to only pay for this week's class, then I want you to be a person that has mixed lye before, has measured oils for soap making before, and has made a batch of soap before. You need those skills to be able to move in to stage 2, which is this week. If you would like to be a part of this class, we have a limit of 15 to 20 students per class. So we already have 6 or 7 in already, and some are supposed to be paying today. So I want you to hurry if you'd like to be into class 2, this week's class, and join it. Now, there will be other classes in the weeks to come, we're doing a series on how to make soap making for beginners. We'll do sugar scrub series. We're going to be doing lotion series. We're going to be doing body butter series. We're going to be doing other classes. We'll be doing how to make recipe classes. There's going to be all kinds of fun classes coming up. So there's 2 Facebook pages. So if you stay on one of those Facebook pages, then you'll hear about classes coming up, and then you have to pay to get onto the paid class page so that you're actually there for class. Okay? All right, so now I have a customer. I'm going to leave this running. It's just what I do. And I'm going to go help that customer, and then I'm going to come back if you would like to be a part of the whole process. And I'm going to tell you about my crazy weekend where I ended up in the hospital. Hey, I've talked to you a lot on Facebook. I'm a little volunteer. Does it feel chilly in here to you? All right. Go and sit behind the counter, that little doodad, and if she gets a question or she gets ready to pay, holler at me. Hey, everybody. That was longer than normal. All right, but that's because I got the icons on there. And so if you want to pay class 1 and have the rest of today, and we'll try, or if you want to pay for class 1 and pay for class 2 so that you can then be a part of the series, and we'll leave class 1 up, and then you'll have class 2. You'll see live, plus you'll be able to go back if you miss part of it or whatever. You'll be able to watch it. And if you can't sign up for 2 unless you pay for 1, because that's the way we're doing it for this particular week. Because there's a lot of interest in, or that's what we're trying to do, is people are wanting to pay for 1. So if you want to pay for 2, you got to pay for 1 this time, okay? And then we're gonna, after that, that'll be that on being able to go back. Thank you, Linda. And so what you do is you just go in, pay for 1 and 2, then 1 and 2 will be left on there, so you'll be able to, even after you're there for the live classes for tonight and Friday, but you'll be able to go back and watch classes 1. And so if you pay for 1 and 2, then we'll be able to add you to today's paid classes, okay? And you'll be able to watch 1 at your leisure. If everybody, and I hate that, because I was hoping to make it to where people could come in and see 2 that didn't need 1, but people are wanting 1 too. So that's what we're going to do. So get your PayPal buttons out, and yes, she's ready to check out. All right, so y'all be getting on there. I'll be back and I'm going to tell you my story, hopefully. If you will pay for 1 and 2, then Hillary will add you to the classroom page on Facebook. I know. Y'all hung with me. I'm so proud of you. Some of you said, forget this stuff. But the lady that was checking out, she does art. And she does some pieces and she wanted to know if she could bring them up here and put them on consignment. So I ended up having to talk to her for a couple minutes. Yes, and that's what it was. But I did get the two things up. Has anybody been able? All right, so has anybody paid? I don't have. I don't have any PayPal payments. So I hope that putting it to where you have to buy both classes doesn't cause somebody not to be able to take the class. I'm sorry. But I tried to do it the best way I could. So is anybody planning on paying and wanting to do both classes? Is there anybody that doesn't want to do class 1 and just wants to do class 2? Big questions. Let me see. I tell you, I feel so much better since I got my Zen on. I'm gonna do me some Egyptian musk now. Those people who want to do both of those things need to pay quickly so that you have plenty of time to watch both classes. That's what I'm worried. Well, to watch class 1 in preparation of class 2, because you get to do them both. I suppose you could watch class 2. The only way that class 1 stuff will stay on there is if people pay to watch it. If people pay today for class 1 and they pay for class 2, then we'll leave it up. But if we have people that really just want to buy class 2, then we'll take class, and we don't have anybody that wants to buy class 1 also, then we'll take one off. It's just predicament. It's a predicament because, Emerson, I want to respect the fact that you paid for class 1. Oh, Linda Pierce, I paid. Yes, that's right. Linda Pierce paid for both classes, but she paid for them several days ago, so she's had plenty of time to watch class 1 and was told that it would be deleted. And then we had some people that said they, couldn't they pay for class 1 too? So if you want to pay for class 1, then you've got to pay for class 2 also. And if that's not what people want, if people want to just now pay for class 2 and not get the first 2 sessions of the series, then we'll delete those off, and I will delete that icon. And then we'll move on to series 2. All right. I need to offer a wholesale price for used soap makers. I don't know what that means. Yes, many of you that are on here have went through class 1, and they're like, there's just no way, you've got to do class 1 too. And I had some really nice people telling people I was a great teacher, so that was just really a nice recommendation of y'all to do. So if you were in the class 1, tell people about tell them what you think about class 1. Did you like it? Yes, if you pay for class 1 and 2, then you'll have access to both. If nobody pays for class 1 other than Linda, which has already had plenty of access to it, if nobody pays for class 1, then we will delete class 1 and we will just do class 2s. Yes, that's what I was originally going to do. I was originally going to take everything off on class 1 and just let people pay for class 2. And class 1 was going to disappear, and I was going to have a requirement that if you wanted to take class 2, you had to have already made soap. But then we had a bunch of people say, "Hey, I want to pay for class 1. I want to pay for class 1." So I put it on there. Let's just see if you're going to put your money where your mouth is. Yes, the classes are very reasonable classes. I do pack them in there with a lot of information. And I hope that y'all enjoyed them. And I appreciate that recommendation. So, all right. So what we'll do is we will wait. We'll wait another 30 minutes for people to pay for class 1. And if nobody else pays for class 1, then we will take it off of there, and then it will be accessible. We'll delete class 1 off the page, and you will be able to pay only for class 2. That's right. It's $70 total. I would discount that because you can't be there for the live sessions, but that just seems disrespectful for those people who paid full price. And I don't want to be disrespectful to what they have paid. So, some people might just on the side, charge people less. But that just doesn't seem right to do that. It's $30 for class 1 and $40 for class 2. And the information that's going to be on class 2 is the essential oil information, where you'll be able to ask questions and we'll be able to plan out recipe for you. So you'll be able to say, okay, I want to use lemongrass and tea tree and lavender. How much do I put in my soap? And we will work out how much you should put in the soap. And also I'll teach you about those particular essential oils and the precautions that you should take with them, if any. We'll talk about their usefulnesses in soap, their value to the person that will use the bar of soap. And then maybe you say, I have no idea what I want to put in my soap, but I'd like for my soap to be good for blah, blah, blah. Then we'll come up with something. Oh, yes, that's right. Linda, she paid a few days ago for class 1 for $30, and now she's paid for class 2, and she was able then to watch them at her leisure. Oh, class 1. And then they will be deleted if nobody pays for both classes right quick. We're going to do 30 minutes. 30 minutes is a ticking. And I'm assuming Hillary has marked the time. Thank goodness for Hillary. Oh, yes, let's talk about what happened to me. Okay. So, as many of you may know, my face suddenly, see, I was like hospital, doctor's offices, my life was crazy. They were giving me medications that made me sleep. I was up all night, that kind of thing. And so I did not have my CBD balm that I made specially for my face with me. And so, and by the way, Hillary has a phone number, and you can, she has an email address, but you can just ask a question right here to Hillary, however she wants to do it, about classes, and she can answer you herself and help you out on the background. All right, so I used this, I put it on this morning, but that's the first time it's been on in a few days, so I broke it out a little. But suddenly, a few months back, I quit smoking, and my face went to raging, my rosacea. And I have allergies, and I got allergic to one of the hairsprays that I was using. I had to discontinue use of it. I had to find something else. So it took several sessions of buying different things till I found something that worked and didn't break me out. And then I made a new soap with CBD in it to try to help my face, and it really did help. And I just had a whole bunch of things happen, and even my hair stopped being as curly. If you'll notice, it's curly again. Don't it's a wonder how come a pill could do these kind of things. But in any case, so so we so I didn't know what was going on with my face. I even broke down and went to the doctor to get medical help for my face, because literally my whole face was blowed up. It was bright red. I had big bumps, even some cyst bumps here, just like I was a 16-year-old that was crazy about chocolate and French fries. Don't know what happened to cause this. And so anyway, so I was like, wow, what's happening with my face? Well, then I started gaining weight like crazy. And my mother looked at me today. She hadn't seen me, since I got on the pills. And she's like, Kimberly, you look like you've already lost weight. And I do. I feel like I've lost weight. I feel awesome, by the way, compared to what I felt like. And then 4 months ago, and for those of you who are guys that might be on here, just plug up your ears. Just plug up your ears like that. Okay. So I started a cycle that would not end. And it actually was going on for 4 months. And I was just like not wanting to go to the female doctor while that was happening. And I kept thinking, I had the business here has been exploding. I've had, employee changes. We've had things going on with Steve's side, with his house. Somebody broke in, locked dogs in the house. We've had lots of weird things happening. And I just kept thinking, eventually it will stop, Eventually it will stop. And then I'll go to the doctor and see what's going on. But it just didn't stop. And I started having what I would call events to where, and those actually happened during class, on the first and second class I did, where there was times where I told you I got to take a break, and you probably couldn't tell, but I actually had to change clothes, and I had to go and clean up and change, and they were happening back to back, having to run and change, and I called them events. And so I didn't know what was going on, but finally, and to be tactful for those guys that's got their ears plugged up, I had a very tragic event at home, and it caused me to just turn white as water and have to be rushed to the hospital. And it seems that with a little bit of poking and prodding and testing, I was hypothyroid problem. So the reason that hopefully that this is the reason, because I'm hoping now that I'm taking pills, this is going to go back to normal. But if anything, if just my face will quit breaking out. But anyway, it seems that I had acquired a thyroid problem, and don't know exactly when it hit, but it's been about probably 6 months of issue or so. And and that can be really serious if you don't take care of it. But they said that my thyroid was 36, and that I could easily fall into a thyroidic coma if I didn't get help immediately. So they kept me there at the hospital, and they poked, prod, they did sonograms, and at first they thought maybe I was going through menopause, and I did too, but it was the thyroid. The moment I got my first thyroid pill, I began to sort out downstairs. Just, and I'm almost completely back to normal. And it's amazing what a thyroid pill can do for you. I did not realize that I was in risk of falling into a thyroid coma, and I had what was called brain fog. And I don't know if last week, those of you who was watching the classes noticed that I had a little bit of trouble keeping my thought patterns in line more than normal. And so I had problems with brain fog, as they call it. And by the time that I got the first pill, I literally could not keep a sentence together. I could not keep my thought patterns together at all. It was crazy. And yeah, it just controls everything. Just controls everything, your thyroid. And so I took my first pill, and wouldn't you know, it made me nauseous. So then I was throwing up and sick, and and so they let me go at the hospital, and I had to be at my doctor's office the next morning. So I went to the doctor's office. The doctor's office talked to me, and there was a few test results about what was going on down there that everybody was freaked out about. And they did like the ultrasound, and they're like, oh my God. And so I'm trying to be tactful for those guys that's got their fingers in their ears. But anyway, and my TSH levels was 39 or 36 or whatever it was, and so it was desperately that I get help. So the hospital didn't have a single thyroid pill in the whole place. So and the drugstores were closed by the time they decided what was wrong with me. So we had to actually wait till the next day when we could get pills. But the first pill, by the time I got that pill, I literally was in such a fog that I literally felt like there was a cloud. I was in somebody had opened up a pillow and stuck it on my head. It was so crazy. And the minute I got that pill, it was gone. And it seems that there's hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism, and I've got the hypothyroidism, and that can be affected by chemicals. It can be affected by two forms of diseases that you can have that will lay dormant, that will cause all kinds of problems in your body, but the doctors won't realize that it's thyroid. So I've been watching like YouTube videos. I didn't have anything to do but throw up and take pills for nausea and fall asleep because they made me sleep and watch YouTube videos on thyroid problems. So that's what I've been doing for a couple of days. So anyway, I'm healthy now, and hoping that things will go back to normal. There is somebody that couldn't figure out how to get the door open, I think. Or maybe they are. I'm not sure. They managed it. They got in. Okay. So anyway, somebody was fighting with the door. But anyway, so I had to go get tested for that. So over the next little bit, I'll be telling y'all during the Go Live videos more about what happened. I am so glad I'm better too. One pill, and this morning I took a pill, immediately got nauseous. I had to take one of those pills, for the nausea. Then I nearly overslept. And then I woke up, got myself dressed, just barely going around. Go find out what's wrong with the lady.
I don't think she likes the cat.
I think we have somebody scared of cats. Hey, darling. I'm not sure what's going on, but I think somebody's allergic to the cat or afraid of the cat. But there was a lot of commotion went on. And Cheryl, are they both going to leave because of the cat? Okay. All right. What is it that they said?
The one that went outside is allergic to cats,
Okay.
and I guess doesn't want to stay because of it.
Okay. Well, some people, I guess, are allergic to cats to the point that they could die if they stayed in a room with one. Most people that are allergic to cats just don't touch them. It's just one of those things, they'll go a different direction and whatnot, but there you go. All right. Well, I sleep at the least little thing. I can't take any kind of pain pills. So they're going to bring me back in for tests down there. They said everything looks healthy, except for this abnormality that was caused by the problem, which was causing me to be off, But anyway, and so with that, they're going to test me for uterus cancer, but I'm 53. They said they wanted to do a biopsy and just see how I was. They said it was going to hurt like the devil. So they gave me pain pills, and I don't take pain pills well. I can't take stuff like that. It makes me sleep. They was wanting me to take 2 before I got there. I told them, I said, if you give me 2 pain pills an hour before this test, you will have to go out there with a gurney and forklift me out of the car because I will not be coherent and wheel me in to do this test. I said, you do not want me to take 2 pain pills. So they finally agreed. They didn't want me to take 2 pain pills an hour before the test either. And so I said, I'll take a half of one of those before the test, and I'll take the other half when I get here. I said, because if I take 2 of them, I'll sleep for 2 days. And so they agreed, and so that's that. Yes, it does. It messes up with the lady parts. I didn't know that. By the way, if anybody wants their comments to be up on top so that I definitely see them, I see the sporadic comment every now and then will pop up, and I'll see something you say. But if you want what you've said to be seen by me and me to comment on it or not comment on it, depending on what it is that you send, you can pay a few dollars for the super chat, and it'll come up and let me know that it's there. And it's not a requirement, but just some people wants to have an answer to something, and they need me to look, they need me to answer, and the super chats pop up and they stay. Okay. And then I can look at it and it don't go away. It don't leave, it stays right there, and I can see it and I can talk to y'all about it. Okay. So anyway, so I had this issue down here. I'm going to be tested tomorrow for that. Can I get rid of Rambo? Have I got somebody? I have somebody causing trouble. I think that did it. Oh, that may have only. Okay, the user is in timeout. Okay, I think the user is in timeout. I have to delete Rambo. I don't know who that is. It's just somebody who wanted to cause trouble. And so we've put Rambo in timeout. Maybe they'll go away. I'll try to figure out some other way now. Okay, so what happened is I lost my building. The city of Fort Payne decided that this lady that wanted to put in a restaurant needed my building more than I did. And so she came in when I was moving, and she said, oh, can I go in your back of your building? I was like, no, why do you want to go in the back of my building? She's like, oh, I want to rent this building. I was like, well, I'm not letting this building go. I'm going to put another business in here. This is my building. And she's like, oh, okay. And so she left. Well, she got in with the city, and the city got in with my landlady and convinced my landlady that they should not let me rent this building anymore, that I had my own building and I didn't need 2 buildings, and that they wanted her to put this restaurant in my old building, and that she would buy the building. So my landlady has gotten all excited about the fact that she's going to sell the business to this woman that wants to put a restaurant in, that the city wants her to buy it. And so I guess she's going to pay the $50,000 to have the roof redone, and she's going to buy the building. And I think my landlady wants $50,000 or $60,000 or $70,000 for the building. But I'll tell you exactly what happened right there. That would have happened whether Kimberly was in there or not. The city just up and decided that they wanted a restaurant there, and I was going. That was just it, my opinion. And so they just went and started talking to my landlady and convinced my landlady to take my building away from me. And that would have happened if I was there and didn't have another building, in my opinion. And you know what? All things work together for those who watch out for their karma. I was nice and kind and sweet and polite and friendly to everybody, and I love everybody, and I don't go around causing drama or treating people bad. I didn't call the city and show them out for this, and just so you know. And I always don't treat people nasty. I don't get involved in drama. I watch my karma and I watch how I treat the earth, the animals, and the people in it. And so this building came available, and look what I have. I have this beautiful building. I got moved out just in time. And so can you imagine what would have happened if this lady had have decided she wanted my building before I had another one? Because whoever it is has got pulled. Because she kicked my rice right out. So I lost that building. And so I was going to put the pallet business in there, pallet liquidations. So watch this. Hang on. I found that the Amazon palette, you remember me telling you that it made my hand tingle every time I touched it? It was awesome. So I found all kinds of things in that one that I wanted to keep and that I've used and I've saved a lot of money on because I had it. So like we've got a new cabinet back there that came in it. We've got a new table on to put a new display for books out of that. What else? There was a bunch. Oh, I got a thing to make designs to go on merchandise, and we're going to start making our own merch here with that. I got a thing to do music onto a doodad so you can bring your record in, put your record on it, play it, and have your little disc, and it'll put your record onto a memory disc. So we've got a couple of different things that we're going to install into. That's right, everything worked out for the best, and it did that because that's the way it happens when people are this way. When you are constantly causing drama, constantly being negative with everybody, constantly being rude and ill, and also people are rude and ill to you. And like I have people that are rude to me, and I just love them for it and go right on because that's the way I want to live my life. So that's the kind of things that you can do as well in your life is watch your karma. By the way, I stay much better zen when I keep a little zen going on. I love patchouli. But I don't mean to preach on the soapbox. So anyway, so we'll go on. So there's lots of things here for sale. We're going to process these today and put prices on them and put them out there for sale. And yes, that's right. And what you put out comes back sevenfold. Some people call it you reap what you sow. Oh, where's those new designs? Grab those bags and bring them here. I gotta show you that. I think I'm getting scattered. But anyway, so tomorrow I've got a test to make sure I don't have uterus cancer, and it's supposed to hurt, and I'm gonna have to take pain pills. And I may just take a whole bunch of CBD with me. And the doctor, by the way, wanted to know what CBD was. And so I had to educate the doctor about CBD. And I got some new things for the store. I got some really cute spiders. It was buy one, get one free. And I want you to take these apart and set them around on the tables right quick. And then, yeah, y'all can't see that. Quit looking. You can't see that. Yes, I'm having to sell it in the store. I had to put it in the corner where I wanted to put, what is it, Pokemon stuff, and put a seating area for the Pokemon players. I've had to put my pallet stuff there until it sells, and or until a building is put before me, because that's what happens to me when I'm supposed to, when this is my faith. My faith is when I'm supposed to be somewhere, I will. When I'm supposed to do something, I will. And it all has to do with the way I live. So I live in a fashion. Oh, this one's my favorite one. You can't see this one yet. Anyway, so at the drugstore at Walgreens, so a building is going to come up, or something's going to happen, or I'm not going to do pallet stuff anymore. I don't know which way I'm moving, but that's what's happening. I need to do a video on the pallets. So anyway, so I was at Walgreens getting drugs and vitamins and things, and I just educated my new gynecologist on CBD, and the laws and all that kind of stuff and how good it was. And I was there to get I was there to get. I'd already come in once for thyroid medicine, but they've given me the nausea medicine and stuff like that. And I needed some decorations to go on my jewelry counter. And you know, here we're sort of we're a touch of Spencer's. We're just a touch of Spencer's, okay? You get your brand new bar soap that we make handmade, and you pack of fresh herbs, and then you can pick up some Grateful Dead T-shirt, right? So I saw this at the Walgreens. It's going on the jewelry counter. We think. And she's got a full bed. Oh, I love it. I don't know. Let's see. I'm still waiting. No, nobody has. So, Tiffany, when's the time up? So, Tiffany, tell me if is our 30 minutes up? 15 more minutes, okay. In 15 more minutes, if nobody's paid for both classes, then you'll be able to go in and buy just one class. Look, look, she's got a band. This was buy one, get one free. So, so there's a band. Hang on, I gotta turn these where you can see. There we go. We may have more customers. So far, it's been a slow day. Darling, go up and let them know that I'm in the back, and if they need anything, to just let us know. And so look, it's the horn player. I think they should be like that. But anyway, I got them for the jewelry counter. I could barely walk. I was so sick. But when I saw those, I was like, and they only had these 4 left. This was it. Look. And this would go perfect with Charlie, you know. So there you go. That's going on the jewelry counter. It's and they'll look so fab on the jewelry counter. Yes.
She says she wants some kind of oil. She knows what she wants, but she also wants recommendation.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to leave you here with my new band while I go and help these customers, and then we're going to stay on because we've got the 15 minutes. So we're gonna wait till the 15 minutes is up, and then if nobody is paid for class 1, then we're gonna put class 2 up only for sale, and y'all can join us for class 2, and I'll be so excited. Right, well, that's what it is, pallet liquidations. Where was gonna, see, this was our, black and white poster place, and this was also gonna be where we were gonna have seating for Pokemon players for virtual children. And we were gonna have merch for Pokemon. But now we have some really great items, you can stick yourself up there, right there. Get over there, try to buy that stuff, let me get out of here. All right, I need a 4-ounce bottle with hot coffee, like a lotion bottle, hot coffee and see. Yep. I don't know why I use this phone. I can use this when I go on. And then we've got the towels on there. So now, I think you can go through those, those boxes. Some of them will not have. Okay, so you go through each box. If it has a certain or a plastic that comes from the cigar shop, then we leave it. If it doesn't, then you will take this right here, and you'll ask me how much, and we'll write prices and put labels on it, and you'll find places to sit them around in the store so that people can start buying them. But some of them will have to have sticker removal, and we do that in peanut butter, and, so. Right. Oh, no bag, look at the bag. just put, for those of you, I was been making an oil for a lady, and I don't see any PayPals. It feels like it's been time. Uh, let's see. All right, so Hillary. So if anybody is signing up, we've got, I don't know how many minutes we've got left. So I'm asking how many minutes we got left. I know the time delay probably has come in by now, and I'm going to get a response on how many minutes we've got left. I saw somebody saying something about Barbara better hurry up. Let's see. I'm going to poke your eye out. I should have put on music. I do not see any PayPal buttons that's come in. Okay, so somebody is signing up in just a moment. Are they going to sign up for both sessions? All right, I'll come back to find the answer. I got to let this nice little lady pay for this oil I've concocted for her. Time is about up. Okay, time is about up. So if you're going to sign up for both classes, do it now. Add both of them to your shopping cart and pay. Otherwise, we're going to take that one out of the ballpark, and we are going to have just class 2 available. All right. cards. Hey guys, I've just got to go to the bathroom. We're down to 27 people. So I know some of you's waiting maybe to see what's going to happen next or if we're going to have season 1 available, season 2 available without having to purchase.
I feel like foul.
Okay, so I don't have any PayPal stuff. Hillary, you're keeping up with the time. So you let them know if they want to just take class 1 that they can take class 1. And I just got to run to the bathroom. Alright, so, what? Oh, that's what I was thinking about. Okay. Go to the front, watch the front line. And, Okay, everybody. Whew. All right, so for those of you who would like to just get class 2, if any. I know you're hanging on for something. Barbara's having trouble. Let me click on this and see what I find out. Was getting rid of of whoever it was we got rid of. Was it Rambo? Anyway, uh, okay, so nobody has paid. So I don't see any reason why I shouldn't delete the icon for page 2. I mean for class 1, which we weren't going to do in the first place. It got completely sideways, and then nobody paid for it. But it was fair to give people the opportunity, so we did. I have lost Cheryl. Cheryl. There she is. Come on down, as they say. Let's see. I had the page open and everything. So I'm opening up the Homestead app. Good.
Did you remember, I can't find a craft box. Do you remember
Huh?
anywhere?
It'd be here somewhere.
In a minute?
Yeah, remember? So now you can pay for just class 2 if you want to. And we will take class 1 off. In just a minute, it'll be gone. Yes, we redo the classes. The beginner soap making class will come available again. Okay, there it goes. Class 1 is no longer on the site anymore, and closed 1 will be deleted. And so all videos will be deleted at 4 p.m. Central Time to make sure that we have 2 hours to get any people that pay for the new class on the page in time. So at 4 o'clock today, those classes will be removed, and new people that have paid for just class 2 will go on. If by chance we don't have anybody come in new and it is just the people that started the series, then we'll just leave them there. Okay? So that's up to you, but by 4 o'clock that decision will be made. So after 4 o'clock we won't be accepting any new people. I'll come in, take the icon off the page, and that'll be that. And then the next class will be series class number 3 in this series. So tonight we're doing additives, and then on Friday we're doing essential oils. I appreciate you for hanging in with me, but we just wanted to give those people the opportunity to do that. Now I got to go put my band on over there on my jewelry counter, and I'll show you next video what it looks like. All right, so I love you all. If you want to do class 2, jump on now, because this is it. 4 p.m. Central Time, the class will be removed. Section 1, class, the series 1 of these will be removed. Thank you. And then we'll start with class 2 at 6-ish this evening, and that gives us 2 hours to make sure we have everybody on the paid page that's supposed to be on there. And if nobody pays by 4 o'clock for taking class 2, then we'll just leave the classes up and head on for the next class. All right. See you tonight, everybody. Oh, there it is. I'm poking you in the